Okay, y'all, let's just talk about it. So you come up with a plan, right? You come up with a plan, which is good. I'm not attacking the idea of a plan. That is amazing. You need to have plans. You need to have the idea of how you want to see the market, and you want to have these goals, which is I want to quit my job in 18 months. I want to quit my job in a year, or whatever, right? The problem with the plan is if you are not securing that behind the backbone of a structure of you having discipline and showing the process, the plan then turns into that fake motivation thing I talked about last week. You are literally just giving yourself a dopamine hit when you're just forming up a plan. Meaning, again, after you lose or haven't been following your plans for weeks after weeks after weeks, you just come to your mind and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna come with this plan where I'm going to save this much money, I'm gonna stack up this, and then I'm going to trade like this, and also I'm going to leave my job in 20 months, and then after that I do it. You coming with all these plans. Have you shown any profitability? Have you shown anything that showed dedicated yourself, your mindset to your process? So this is a video. This is going to be talking about. I'm calling myself out. I've done this before too. And what the idea is basically is this: stop focusing on the plan. Yes, have one, and that's great. But if you're struggling, still trying to follow your rules, focus on yourself and making sure that you are doing everything you can to follow your plan, to follow your process. And in the process, once you find that profitability, once you found that you're doing great in accounts and all this stuff, then surround the plan around that wherever so however consistency in your payouts and all that good stuff, whatever, because it's irrelevant. But you making a plan before you reaching this profitability or you know what I mean. You're just having this feeling of a plan to make yourself feel better in hindsight or in real time because you're not. It's not fixated on anything current or anything reality or any structure because your plan need to be around your process and you're not tackling your process because you don't want to look yourself in the mirror. You don't want to talk to yourself. You don't want to really get into the weeds of why you're doing and why you're not following your plan. Instinctively, you're trying to get X, Y, and Z, you leave a job and stuff like that. So you're not following your rules or your trading plan, but you want to fixate what you can do, with the if you was to follow your trading plan. Well, follow your trading plan to get to the other plan, right? So we're gonna talk about. Be honest with yourself for a second. Are you actually improving your trading, or are you just finding ways to feel better about you losing? Because a lot of traders think they're working on their psychology, but in reality, they're just giving themselves a small emotional relief without fixing the problem. Again, going back to that motivation, again, in this case, creating a plan out of thin nothing of anything in the structure that you're doing, anything that's showcasing that plan is going to be proven, right? After loss or blown account, most traders go into the fix mode. They say things like this: I need to control my emotions better. I need more discipline. I just need to be more patient. And that sounds right. It feels productive, but here's the problem: it's not specific, it's not actionable. That's just a way that's just a way to mentally cope with what you just happened. So you literally just go into the market feeling this X, Y, Z, and you're not having an idea of like, okay, what can I do to actually improve? You're just trying to improve your emotion state and be like, okay, now I got a plan, I'm gonna do X, Y, Z. But you didn't tackle the problem. You just said what the problem was, but you're not tackling the problem. You lose money, you lose money, you reflect for a few minutes, you tell yourself what you should do next time, and suddenly you feel better. Like you made progress, but nothing actually changed. Your process is still the same. Your habits are still the same. So what has happened next? You repeat the same mistakes. I love your habits stay the same. Your habits are still the same. You did not do anything to improve upon that. And that's what we're trying to tackle. You don't just want to have you lose some trades, it's fine, okay? You gotta use some trades you want to improve upon. But how do you improve upon? You don't improve upon by not just creating a plan. Oh, I'm not even gonna focus on how I lost the trades. I'm not gonna focus on what habits and my emotions that led me to lose a trade. I want to focus on the plan that I'm going to leave my job in 18 months. I'm gonna leave my job in 20 months. And it's like that's a great plan, but again, the indication is we need to fix what's going on with trading. Is your emotions? Why is this? Why this? Why are you not following your plan? So you need to talk more about that and then worry about leaving a job and all that stuff later because once you show that probability and the current the consistency and that discipline, that's all going to come by. It's like a byproduct, but you're focusing on one thing that has not, what I'm saying, you're focusing on one level of trading, which you need to be. It's very important to have a goal, but also within that goal, to make it be attainable, you need to focus on what makes it attainable is you following your rules. And so we need to focus on what's going to really like sink in, like how I'm gonna really follow my rules to make my goal attainable. Most traders don't have a clear process. They don't have defined entry criteria, strict risk rules, clear exit plans, structure review systems. So when they are working on discipline, there's nothing to create an actual follow. There's nothing to create. There's nothing concrete to follow. Well, the real problem, lack of process. Most traders don't have a clear process. They don't have defined entry, strict risk rules, clear exit plans, structure review systems. So when they say they're working on discipline, there's nothing concrete to actually follow. And without structure, discipline doesn't exist. That's what we're trying. That is literally the home run right there. There's nothing concrete to actually follow. Without structure, discipline doesn't exist. You don't have nothing. How can you? If I was to give you some water and put it in your hand and say keep like hold as much water as you can while you're running, it'd be pretty much impossible because there's no structure. But then I give you a bottle of water, you see that is structure. You know what I'm saying? That the water that you trusting that the structure that plastic is going to that container is going to hold the water. That's your trading plan, right? But some people don't want to work on that trading plan. You don't want to work on that like the plastic water part. This is going to hold hold the water, which in the case holds your trading plan together, right, and holds your emotions together. You want to just like grab some more water and then like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna grab some more water. It's like you're not fixing the problem, right? Why fixing emotions isn't enough. Here's the truth most people avoid. You can fix your emotions if your process is broken. Because, excuse me, you can't fix your emotions if your process is broken. Because your process is what creates the emotional reactions. If you're risking too much, take random trades, entering that confirmation, of course you're going to feel emotional. That's not a mindset issue. That's a process issue. This is very key. You're thinking that I have wrong emotions wrong and stuff like that, and it can't be, and it probably is. But that's not the. But the reason it is not maybe it's not what it seems. Maybe you are rushing entries. Maybe you know this is not A plus trade. Maybe you know that this is a way I got into early, which is heightening your emotions. Your emotions in this case, in this situation, is perfectly fine to be quote unquote feeling uneasy. If I'll give you an example. If I'm taking a D minus trade, then yes, my emotion is valid to be feeling uneasy, right? Feeling like I need like this is a bad trade, like I'm feeling bad or I'm fearful, all those bad emotions because I know this is a bad trade. Therefore, if you fix your not you necessarily didn't fix your emotions, but fix your trading plan to be like, hey, I'm only gonna take A plus trades. Now your emotions like, oh, I'm getting better at my emotions because it's like since I know I'm taking A plus trade, that fear is getting you know what I'm saying? That fear is getting derailed. That FOMO is getting derailed. Like all that stuff is getting derailed just by in the process. So it's kind of like saying the same thing but different. So focusing on your trading plan to make sure and ensures that you have your emotions in check because I know my emotions go out the window when I'm taking a D plus trade. Therefore, if I follow my trading plan and I can only take A plus trades, then by default, by product, I will have to have master my emotions. How profitable traders approach risk. Instead of asking how do I control my emotions, you should be asking what specifically causes loss. What is it? Entering too early, risking too much, trading without setup, because these are things you can actually fix. Again, going back to that plan, having a structural, sound reason. Hey, I need to be disciplined, but this is how I can be disciplined. Me tightening up on these different things. These give me literally points of interest that I can literally communicate to my brain. Like if I'm going to be disciplined, I need to follow this, and that's going to help you be disciplined because now I have a structure around it. It's not just a feeling, right? We don't want to just have feelings. We want to act off some type of structure to then that help us with our feelings. Now, as you're trying to fix your emotions without fixing the process, it's like trying to mop the floor while a pipe is still leaking. You can't clean it. You can clean up temporary, but the problem keeps coming back until you fix the source. Nothing changes. Love this, right? I mean, it can be clear as day. If you can't fix it, if you can't find the source, then yes, you can fix it. Maybe you had the one day, you make you feel good for that one day, but it come back next day. What happens? You broke your rules again. Why that happened? This is why, because you won't get to the source, and that's what we're trying to do. Get to the source of the problem, so you can stop bending to your rules and start following your rules, getting to that goal that you set and that plan that you set. What real improvement looks like? Real improvement looks like in trading is trading not emotional. It's structural. It looks like writing down your exact setup, defining risk per trade, setting clear rules and entries and exits, and reviewing every trade objectively. It's not exciting, but it doesn't give you that quick emotional relief. but it actually works. That's the key part. It actually works. It's not fun. It's not, you got to be disciplined for it. But over time, you will see that that's more rewarding than anything else. Being disciplined is your process that you reward, not the P&L. Literally just looking and concentrating on what you want to do, where's your goal, and how you get to that goal, and then literally creating a plan around what's going to keep your emotions safe. Therefore, you can continuously do it. And if you can continuously do it, that way it's going to get that payouts and consistency that you're looking for. But you gotta go right. You gotta go about it the right way, and not just have and throw a plan on something that has no structure or soundproof, and how you gonna actually get to that. Discipline myth. Most people say, I just need more discipline, but discipline doesn't come from motivation. I'm telling you, it does not. It does not come from motivation. You think it does, but doesn't. Discipline comes. It comes from clarity. If your rules are clear, discipline becomes easier. If your process is vague, discipline becomes impossible because there's no structure. That's why if you want to be motivated, you want to have discipline, you need to have structure. It can't be, oh, I feel like what I'm saying? I feel disciplined. I feel motivated. I don't have no, I don't need no plan. I feel this. I feel this. I feel this. And it's like your feelings is going to go each and every single day. The market is volatile. If we have news, if you lost your first trade, like you see how all these emotions are just piling in off me just talking over you trying to be motivated to trade, where you can be a disciplined trader. Because you don't want to be a motivated trader, you want to be a disciplined trader. And this is how you become a disciplined trader. You got to have these guardrails up, you got to have these plans to then be your backbone, your structure, to then motivate you. Right now, you won't be motivated. I'm motivated to follow be disciplined. Right, I'm motivated to follow my process. I'm not motivated to just take trades and and be whimsical, right? The discipline behind it. This only works if you stay disciplined, because increasing risk should never come from frustration, boredom, and impatience. It should come from clarity, structure, and proven setups. That's what you want. Practical fixes. Again, define your system clearly. No guessing. No, it looks good. Like I said so many times, you should know exactly why you're entering a trade. 2, track every mistake. Not just wins and losses. Track behavior. Did you follow your rules? Did you trade? Did you force trades? You want to follow all of this because that is going to help you become disciplined. That way, we're not just coming with whimsical plans. And that way, when we have a big goal, that way we can follow it and make sure that we are then aligning ourselves with the way we are trading, to then line ourselves to then get to that goal that we're going for. Stop creating unrealistic plans. You're creating plans to make yourself feel better before you have even proven that we can get consistent payouts. I know you want a goal, and that's amazing. And I have goals too. And you need to, and technically, you do need to have a goal, but don't let that be the main. That's not the main thing. The main thing is making sure that I am focusing on the process and then allowing the goal to kind of manifest itself. And I think, if you really want to get technical, I think it's better to just focus. Your goals need to be a profitable trader. Your goal needs to be following your process. That should be your number one goal. Then, as it is happening, simultaneously, as it is happening, then make shifting your plan and your goal around your proven structure. But see, people don't want to do it like that, right? Because if you do it like that, then you have to work on yourself. Because think about it, you have to work on yourself before you actually can make this quote unquote claim on this plan, this goal. It's just much easier to wake up and not be disciplined for a week and then be like, you know what? In 18 months, I'm going to quit my job. It don't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense. You know what it did? It just motivated me. It didn't make me a disciplined trader. It just motivated me without having some idea or structure of how I'm going to get that to happen. The hard truth: most traders don't fail because they don't know what to do. They fail because they don't actually implement anything consistently. They stay in a cycle: loss, reflection, emotional relief, repeat, without ever changing their process. Last thing: if you really want to become a profitable trader, you have to stop comforting yourself and start correcting yourself, because trading doesn't reward intention, it rewards execution. And until you build a process you can follow consistently, nothing changes. That is the biggest thing in this video I want to talk about. Make sure you join Discord and join if you want to be coaching one-on-one for free. I will make sure I have the links in the description. That's something you want to do, but this is a big thing, y'all. This is huge. Making sure that you think about from a perspective of, I want to make sure I have a plan. That's amazing. That's great. But we want to make sure that plan is bolstered on a process. So it's process first, then we come up with a plan. Stop coming up with a plan that doesn't, that you have no validity or no valid reason to have that feeling, right? and you not just gonna have that feeling of like, oh, I'm just gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do this. It's gotta be a way for us to vote that on to something, right? And then when we vote that onto something, now we can start building that plan and it makes more sense. It's more concrete. But that's all I can say on this video. I don't want to put make it too long, but yeah, join Discord. You ask questions like that. But that'd be it for y'all. All right, peace.